Welcome back into the Sports Drive, everyone. Our next guest is Randall's women's basketball coach, Coach Walthall. How are you doing today, Coach?
I'm great. Thank you.
All right. Well, you're just now getting into a little bit of district play here, had a few games. So, what has impressed you, though, kind of going back to the non district with your team? What did you see out of your team before heading into first district game?
We played a tough preseason schedule. We did that on purpose, and I felt like our kiddos really rose to the occasion. We got some losses that we definitely weren't wanting to get, but we improved the whole time. I thought we competed in all of the games, which was really good. We played our first 8 games without our 3 volleyball crossovers, and so our kiddos definitely improved. And then now that we have those volleyball kiddos, I think that we just now played our 9th game with them. So it's been a good season, but definitely it's definitely different flow. Just having those kiddos come in, and now I feel like we are really starting to get in a groove, but still want to keep growing every day.
And then this past Friday, I got the chance to go out to y'all's game against Dumas, and y'all had a big win, 72-36 over the Demonettes there. So, kind of in that second half, your team pulled away with a huge margin. So, what did you see from your team, and how did they come together to pull away in that second half?
I was proud of our kiddos. We had some different kiddos step up and score, which is always going to be really good for any team. We also scored in different ways, which is something that we're looking to do. And then defensively, I thought we were just a little bit more solid. We work on that in practice, but I thought we did some little things right defensively that maybe you don't see in the stat book, but it definitely paid off for us in that game.
And now y'all have started district play 3-0, and obviously big game tomorrow night. We'll get into that in just a minute, but just keeping the momentum up, especially with Christmas break coming up, taking a few days off there and then coming back. How will y'all keep that momentum up after starting 3-0?
So today we had practice, and nobody else is at school, and it's quiet around there. So it's definitely a little bit different. I think that we had to wake up and get going a little bit, but they did. And I was really proud of how they came and competed today. And I think everybody's excited for the game tomorrow. I know that our kiddos are, and there's a lot of talk around town about it. So I just hope that we prepare tomorrow to the best of our ability and get out there and do the best we can.
And then, obviously, like you said, big matchup tomorrow night, and it's at West Plains. And, these girls know these girls. They were going to school together last year. I mean, they're all buddies. I mean, obviously, we know Alexis and Ashley, they're sisters. So, kind of what is the game plan heading to West Plains tomorrow?
Right. I wonder if everybody's saying the game plan. I don't know the answer to that. We are going to try to play the very best that the Randall Lady Raiders can play. And so that's our number one game plan. And we want to focus on us doing things right. And saying that, yes, we know some of the other team's tendencies, but they also know some of ours. And so whenever we get out there, we'll just have to, that's why you play the games, to see what's going to happen. So hopefully we show up and we play the very best that we can play.
And kind of off of the court a little bit. I mean, these girls, it's a big just matchup mentally for these girls. Football didn't get the chance to play. Volleyball did. We saw kind of the rowdy crowd, the atmosphere there. And now y'all are going to be like the second and third for men's and women's basketball, second and third matchup with Randall West Plains this year. So kind of what are your speech to your girls headed into that game tomorrow just to stay calm?
Well, we had a couple talks today just about getting our mind right. But I think there's a lot of excitement. And so you want to live up to that moment. And these kiddos put a lot of work in. And that preparation should give them confidence. Nobody's expected to be perfect. And so we can't expect to play the perfect game when we get there. But just doing the little things that help you be successful, to me, that's what's important. Focusing on one possession at a time, focusing on one closeout, one block out, taking care of the ball, getting a good shot for our team each possession. So the little things are going to be the big things in this game, especially. I know and hope that there's a lot of people out there that are going to make the game exciting and fun, but our kiddos still have to focus on them. So just the little things, I guess, is probably one of the most important things we'll talk about.
And kind of get into a couple of the players now. I mean, sophomore Sadie Sanchez, the few times I've seen her play, she's like a little firecracker out there. I think one of my favorite plays that I saw by her one time, she was inbounding the ball. She threw it at the person's back. It was when you were playing Coronado. And, she got the layup right then, backwards layup. So just kind of what does she mean on the court for this team, even though she is an underclassman, a sophomore?
So we do green light shooting, and it's something that I stole from Coach Neighbors. He's the coach at Arkansas. But Sadie is definitely a green light shooter. So today we did a green light shooting 3-point drill, and she made 4 threes in a row from all 5 spots. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way. So I just made a ton of threes. We had another kiddo, Avery Burke, who almost got the green light shooting there today. But Sadie is a great shooter, but she spends a lot of time in the gym. She's a great ball handler, and she loves the game. Sadie is a sophomore, and I'm really proud of her as she's continuing to learn, to grow, and lead. But she loves the game, and she loves her teammates. And even today, she was talking to me about what she needed to do to be a leader and be a good leader. So I'm just really proud of her. And that's a lot for a sophomore to take on that responsibility. But there's a lot of good players on our team that are helping her lead too. So like Ashley Norman talked about her and her sister, and I know that her family's in town to watch. She told you that the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And for Ash, we just want her to focus on playing well. I told her, like, we don't need Ashley to be AJ, or we don't need one of us to beat one of them. We want our team to try to beat their team. And so I think our kiddos prepared pretty well, but yes, we'll have to see how that goes.
And then kind of some other players I've seen, especially post players. So you have senior Avery Burke and then sophomore Havy coming in there a little bit as well. And they've really dominated that paint. I've seen, rebounding wise and everything. So what does like Avery Burke kind of her senior presence mean, especially being in that 4-5 position in the paint?
So at halftime, I think she almost had a double-double this last game, and she ended up having 14 rebounds for us. Avery's a really smart player. Her older sister played for us, I believe, 5 years ago. And she's just been in the gym a lot from the time she was a tiny kiddo. But Avery has a great shot, and she is a great shooter that spends some time on her shot and her game also. She played a lot this summer. So she's just a really well-rounded player. Her defense is really nice. Her help side defense. So we just need her to be really solid for us tomorrow.
And then who are some other girls that have kind of stepped up? I mean, West Plains took some players, and so you have a lot of, still great talent on the team. But who are some of those girls that have just stepped up this year?
Well, like you said, Havy had a great game on Friday, and we were super proud of her. And she's a sophomore too, so there's lots of growing to be done. And Havy had great practices, and we were really pushing her. So as coaches, we were proud of her for having a great game on Friday. Layla Romero, she is a nice player, another sophomore. She starts for us. She ended up playing volleyball. She wasn't sure if she was going to, and she got to be on that awesome volleyball team. And so now that she's back to basketball, she's definitely getting her game back, and we're really looking forward to her and her future. But she's a really nice player, and we just want those kiddos to play with confidence. I think as they continue to grow, we have 4 seniors, 4 sophomores, and 1 junior. And so our junior too, her name's Promise Sherwood, and she's a feisty little firecracker herself. So we're looking for her to bring some energy for us tomorrow too.
And then we kind of mentioned Christmas break coming. Are y'all playing in a tournament after Christmas break?
Yes, we are. We're headed up to Midland. We went there last year. It's a nice tournament, and we get to play some different competitions. So we'll be going to Midland on the 27th.
And then kind of going back into district play then, coming in January. So you have that little tournament, district play. So are you really hoping that tournament will get your girls' feet back under them to go back in January full force?
Definitely. And, basketball's a long season, and our kiddos have been, a lot of them are in cross country or in volleyball, and they've been going. So we want to finish strong tomorrow night and give our kiddos some time with their family, and then come back and go to a tournament. I love going to tournaments with our kids. We just get to spend a lot of time together. Definitely a bonding, team building. And then hopefully come back playing strong and finish. It's not the second half of district, but finish district strong.
All right. Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining us on the Sports Drive today. I'll actually be at the game tomorrow night, so I'm super excited, and good luck.
Hey, go ahead and wear that black and gray or black and silver tomorrow, okay?
Okay. Honestly, that's like the only thing in my wardrobe. So I might honestly be wearing black. All right. Well, thank you so much, Coach. You have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back on the Sports Drive.